I have officially been doing MMORPG news videos for a year as of August 2019. While I haven't been doing them weekly for nearly that long, it's pretty cool to know that I have been delivering news to your guys' screens for a year now. This week, I have more news than I know what to do with, so lie back, get some cucumbers for your eyes, maybe put on some nice soothing music, and get ready for this week's Weekly Byte of MMORPG news. Before we do though, if you're interested in mobile games, go check out our MMO Byte mobile channel and see if there's something there that interests you. Let's start this off with a title that you're all no doubt familiar with, as quite a few of you were excited when I first discussed it and still are. Genshin Impact was first announced in June as an MMO, but MiHoYo, the developer behind the game, clarified that it is more of a co-op action RPG as opposed to a traditional MMO. While the beta that was held recently was initially playable solo, as you made progress through the game, you unlocked the ability to party with other people for dungeons. So why am I talking about it? Previously, it was revealed that the game will be launching onto PC and mobile devices in 2020, but as of China Joy 2019, it was confirmed to be releasing onto PS4 as well. So it will be cross-platform between PC, PS4, and mobile players. I'm curious to see how Genshin Impact will do, considering that Blue Protocol and Project BBQ all have similar release windows as well. Astellia just went into their second closed beta a couple days ago, I think. We held a huge giveaway for it. We ended up giving out over 800 keys to viewers that wanted to get in. We don't know if they plan on holding a third closed beta. I really don't think that is likely, honestly, as they're in the process of searching out content creators to do updated videos on the game. What I would like to note though is that the game looks as though the official launch will be coming in the very near future. And when it does, we're going to have several copies of the game to give away completely free. Since the game is going to be buy to play, if you're looking to try it out, this is going to be your best bet. The giveaway will be held on my website, mmobyte.tv, so just follow the link in the description and the pinned comment to participate and win your own free copy. Also, Mrs. Sticks will have a deeper look into the game uploaded in like a week, maybe 2 weeks for those of you that are interested. Gloria Victis never really achieved much after launching. The game turned out to be pretty subpar and people forgot about it as quickly as it came. However, the developer behind the game announced that they are working on a large new update this month that contains free building of guild castles, improvements to the alliance systems, and most notably, horses and mounted combat. Finally, you'll be able to take to the field and impale people with your lance atop your trusty steed. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. You know, it's actually been a long while since I've covered Camelot Unchained. That's because they haven't really made much in the way of progress over the last year, which honestly is a little disheartening. Regardless, in their latest update, they went on to detail what they've been working on, which really isn't anything noteworthy. But worth noting is that they were unable to go into details on when the game would finally launch, even going as far as stating that their official release date has become a meme in its own right, acknowledging how poorly that they've handled the release of the game thus far. When asked if the game would release in 2021 after their initial planned release, they mentioned that they would prefer to release sooner, but they don't want to say 2021 in the chance that it gets pushed back further once again. So, yeah, yikes. Legends of Aria is finally launching. Yes, you heard that right. After suffering a delay, Citadel Studios, the team behind Legends of Aria, have revealed that the game will finally be hitting Steam on August 6th. The launch brings with it a plethora of updates, including, but not limited to, a new Bard skill line, a bunch of new cosmetic items, new mounts, and more. But the most important thing to note is that there is an optional sub. And while I can't really say that it'll provide players with much of a boost over those of you that aren't paying, it is always worth checking to see if it's worth it to play without a sub before dedicating any actual time to a game. Personally though, I am excited to try it out. It's a new PvP oriented MMO and those are enjoyable to me. Woo! It has been a month or so since I got to do a segment on Blade and Soul. Man, I actually just started recording footage for an updated look at the game too, so this is perfect timing. Their latest patch, Roots of Malice, actually introduces 2 new raid dungeons and an event dungeon into the game. You're capable of participating in the event dungeon until August 20th, with reward redemption being available until September 17th. EverQuest and EverQuest 2 are both still online after all these years. I know a lot of people have often wondered if an EverQuest 3 would ever be made, and according to Daybreak last week, there is a future. Yeah, you guys heard that correctly. They went on to elaborate on the fact that they don't have specifics right now, but they will definitely do something with the IP. Does that mean they have a remake planned, a mobile spin-off, EverQuest 3? No confirmation on exactly what they were referencing has been made, but they have asked us to wait until they have more meaningful news to announce. For those of you wondering about Blue Protocol, yes, it looks like Bandai Namco might not be releasing the game in the West yet, as according to a Reddit user, and not Bandai Namco themselves, they are focusing on the Japanese release of the game before thinking about releasing it internationally, which honestly couldn't be a better idea. I am of the firm opinion that they should release a good game in Japan first, and only when it's proven to be worth playing should they consider releasing it outside of Japan. Otherwise, it is just going to reinforce the fact that MMOs these days are just terrible and developers don't really know what they're doing. The game is fresh out of their first alpha and planning additional testing phases, so I'll make sure to keep all you guys updated with whenever new registrations open up. So as of writing, not only has the Lost Ark launched in South Korea, but Russia, Japan, and China have all gotten their hands on the game as well. Yeah, by the time we get it, the rest of the world is going to have already had it, played it, and gotten bored with it. But I digress. I'd reported on the roadmap posted back a couple months ago, I think, where they announced an entirely new continent, a new class, the Assassin, which actually launched officially on July 31st. No new information pertaining to its release over here, but hey, everywhere else is getting it, so we're bound to eventually as well, right? Right? I think I've spoken about Riders of Icarus like once in a news video, and that was it. So you know something big is happening when I include it, and let me tell you, this is about as big as it can get since the game shutting down altogether. Nexon, after 3 years of publishing, the game has decided to cease any and all involvement in the game, passing over publishing rights to Valofe Global, a company that has several of the games Nexon has trash-canned over the years. This is a company that ruins games even further than Nexon does, and is generally considered to be one of the worst publishers in the Western market. So I feel for those of you that still actively play Riders of Icarus, as this may mark the beginning of the end of the game. We did a video on Skyforge's latest update earlier this year, and honestly, we had a blast. So we're happy to see that they're already preparing their next large expansion called Ignition. It is expected to launch sometime in September. When specifically is currently unknown. The game brings with it a ton of new content, with the new Firestarter class being unleashed in all its glory. It's pretty much what you'd expect, honestly, but what is cool is that the class is the very first class to wield a fire element in-game. If we're lucky, we'll get given access to the new class, and we might end up doing a video on it. This is news I most definitely did not see coming. Portal Knights, the popular co-op sandbox game, is apparently getting its very own MMORPG. A full, functional MMORPG. Duoyi Network and 505 Games will be developing the MMO to run alongside Portal Knights, so the original game isn't going anywhere. But it is interesting to see that the game will be going the MMO route. The game honestly didn't really seem large enough to warrant an MMO tag, nor an MMO world, so a lot of the game is going to need to be recreated if they want the game to truly feel massively multiplayer. And that covers the majority of MMO related news that I was made aware of over the last week. If you know of anything that I missed, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at Bitesticks with the link to the article so I can talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.